I firstly think we are trying to educate the educated. We talk about issues like corruption to the perpetrators of corruption. I mean, I think if a lot of people in this room who lead a typical middle class life, we do find an easy way out to solve problems most of the time. And I think there lies a very major problem, because we are talking about issues to people who I think are the cause of corruption. When we say that today we cannot influence the vote of the, let me say, lower sections of society, I believe that's where we really need to work, because corruption affects them the most. I mean, most of us sitting here, if we get into a situation, probably can, whether we choose to or not is a different matter, but we can at least afford to be corrupt or pay our way out of the situation. Whereas it's the lower income people who typically we interact with on a day-to-day basis. I myself wrote an article as to why the rich or the middle class don't vote. Someone who is very interested in the system called me back and said, maybe you need to take an approach with the middle class that, maybe you are self-sufficient, and I've always said the middle class lives in cocoons, and, we probably feel we don't need the government. This person had a view. Why don't you ask them to vote at least for the people around them? People who they meet day-to-day life, people at work, people at home, your household help, maybe a driver and things like that. Maybe you can make a change, because it's these people who probably cannot pay the 500 rupees in a government hospital to retrieve the body of a deceased relative. So I think when we talk about corruption, somehow even our campaign, in all reality, we don't reach out to certain sections of society who in reality are the people who are voting. And somehow my very little bit of experience I had with working with these sections of society is that they are much more loyal. They appreciate, because they get so little, they appreciate the little you do for them. So I think all of us here who are interested in making that change need to make that effort. I was suggesting to some of my friends in the Lok Sabha that it's not just enough setting up a ward committee to look after civic amenities. It's necessary to actually, because most of the time you'll talk about open spaces, problems which, again, the rich